Yo, check this out. This is Wayne Wonder, representing for Warwick LTV. You see the vision, don't it? See the vision. Warwick LTV. Keep it locked.
I'm gonna tell you. We, as bloggers, these are the issues that we need to address. You understand what I said? Set the bar for the youth. Share, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned to the channel. I don't know all this shit. Brothers and sisters, greetings once again in the mighty name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I and all things that's good and wonderful amongst us. Once a welcome viewers and subscribers. Viewers, if you like the content, subscribe and make it help grow the platform. Everald Warmington, may I address you today. And I not do this from a political favoritism standpoint. I do this as a Jamaican who were brought up and taught that out of many we are one. And that in itself is a sort of mantra, motto, where teach us or keep us away from the obvious effects, psychological effects of racism and inequalities in Jamaica. You understand me? Because in a lot of cases is abroad we come see the actual effect or hear about incidents of that nature. Now, sir, you are the fecal matter that someone stepped in and walked and soiled the carpet of Jamaica Parliament. And it's like you and your colleagues are waiting on a helper to come clean you up. You know, one of them one day, that's how deplorable you are. You are an unsightly presence, an unsightly relic in a Jamaica politics today. Now, I'm going to take the time to apologize to Mark Golden children them. You get me? And remind them of some of the good that them grandfather did for Jamaica as a whole. You get me? And you don't know. I don't know if him had any children who suffer from any of the ailments that him tend to assist Jamaica with, but it was a much appreciated advancement of I and I. You see, for the disabled amongst us, he was a champion, to say the least. You know, history will show, the evidence is there. You know, he has developed institutions to enable these people, these ones-on-ones among us. You know, and again, it's abroad because of this. It's only when we come abroad we realize people treat these individuals among us different, because we ourselves, we never really see much difference, nor did they. You get me? Yes, they had certain inabilities, disabilities, but, you know, they were still vibrant, active people within society. Same way, you know, see it. Anyway, I could talk about this relic here. You, Edward Warmington, is one of these big rusty cruff, dirty old cruff, who instigate and keep enabling this victimhood nature amongst I and I black community. You are one of them Cruff black man there who keep maintaining this agenda for your own benefit, for your own drive, for retain power where you selfishly absorb for yourself and in turn do nothing for the community for the longest while you're in representational politics. You, because you think you black like one of us, because you know we as a people think you are one of us, or might be thinking that you are one of us. You use the opportunity to abuse, disrespect us, and treat us with the highest level and open disdain in a Jamaica politics. It is past obvious because it's in the media. Voice notes, public speeches, even in parliament, with your undignified self, your unkempt, irrelevant, old, tired nature. You know, see, openly disrespecting black people, while other people might use diplomacy somewhat. You openly disrespect us. I remember the other day somebody asked about a bridge for your own black people. You understand? Given the fact that you are possibly the minister with the portfolio to address such issues. And the way I'll know, people still skip across the gully, climb on trees. Your people like monkey, people will look like you, forget across a raging river, forget home. You understand me? If you can be in politics to this day, anybody, even a donkey, can be in politics. Because you are that unnecessary, you are that irrelevant, you are that such a, shit stain. Where them would call, the macroscopic residue will remain upon some people underpants, some nasty people underpants. Call you a skid mark. You understand what I say? Yeah. Now, even unto this point, for you still have a job in a representational politics in a Jamaica today, after such high-level discrimination against Mark Golding. It's unacceptable is past describing anything that the GLP accept and does these days in terms of principle and discipline regarding them performance to the Jamaica people. Unacceptable is it is like it no longer apply to the item. You get me? Nothing where Jamaica people want, there is no discipline to say the least. No, you as a crusty cruff, you know that thing when up on the back of some people heel when I wear shoes for years, like the madman them crack up heel back. You that. No callous. See? You are entertaining and are maintaining people like you, so-called leaders like you, who keep using this race card. Yes, slavery was deplorable and unacceptable. And black people deserve a lot of reward, justifiably so, for what our ancestors have been through. But again, while our ancestors were going through what they were going through, they wasn't expecting or planning for any rewards whatsoever. The hope was to raise us into self-sufficient human being, so that we can apply a level of independence organize like they were, and develop ourselves. None of that is going on today because of people like you who are entertaining this victimhood mentality among us, whereby the least thing is slavery. The least thing is racism. And yet we don't intend to organize and do nothing as a counter move against this evil that keep offending us. You understand me? Rather than be an example of the change that we need. I mean, a position where you're in more so than anybody else. You're in a position of politics and you can at least make reference to certain things that affect us. But no, it benefits you as well as any background master. See us in the position that we are in. There's so many words to describe it. I don't want to think of none, because I don't want to lose the chain of thought. Nothing you have ever done, and many more like yourself. And these are the opportunity that you use, these cheap, unkempt opportunities to maintain the same corrupt structure and maintain your corrupt dinosauric position. You know, I hope when you hear this, you drop and people pick you up if you hear it, because you might be a deaf man. You might not be hearing the cry of your people. You might not be hearing the amount of gunshot we are bust in the ghetto them, where majority of the population is reflective of yourself. You understand me? Here you come now and entertain and discriminate and use the same evil that we ourselves deplore, that we ourselves suffer from. Here you come now and use these same slangs, these same narratives to maintain power, because that's all it is doing. It makes no sense whatsoever. You understand me? And again, the people in the private sector made a reaction the other day where them say, you know, it's unacceptable, your actions are unacceptable. It's way past time, you know. You are a very powerful group in Jamaica who has enabled this type of nasty behavior because of the characteristics of the people that you choose to put in power and help to maintain these powers, undeservedly so. Because of the capitalistic nature of both entities, the JLP and the PSOG, who keep thinking, who keep benefiting after the distraction and distortions that Jamaica politics is today. You never open your mouth until it come knock by your door. Don't feel no way. Like I said, it was long awaited, and it's most appreciated that you reacted and step up to the table and say something. Now it's time to do something. Withdraw support for this nature. Because as I can see, there is no reaction from the colleagues, the party members, the fellow party members of this guy, this skid mark. Nobody has reacted in your favor, and a strong percentage of that sector is from the cast of Mark Golden. You understand me? And you still say even Andrew Holness hasn't opened his mouth in representation of a powerful group like yourself. Because he himself is of this nature. He himself embraces this type of mentality. The victimhood mentality among us. I and you know, and I will readily admit, we should have, could have, and must do a lot more for ourselves as a people to get the respect that we crave. Nobody will respect you unless you respect yourself. And this behavior is indicative of the type of attitude that makes us into the people and put us in the position that we are today. Rasta. In a seed. Yeah. Black leaders among us, when they want to retain power and deserve power for non-performance, them capitalize upon the emotions of slavery, white oppression, racism, and things like that. You know. And it's unfair and unfortunate to I and I as such a powerful people, both physically and mentally, We have contributed a whole lot to the development of mankind today as it is. And these are the way how our leaders behave. Like color is a different. Today in Britain is an Indian man. A descendant of India is the Prime Minister of Britain. You understand me? And I am sure very soon they'll come into contact, if not already, with these type of rhetoric from a dunce. We're not having a politics down there. What happened to the young people them? What happened to the bright academics from up at the University of the West Indies, were situated mainly in Jamaica? How are they so accepting of attitudes and arguments like these in today's society? What sort of example are we being to the power base of racism? What sort of example as a people who suffer the oppression from a certain mentality, who seem to be reapplying the same nastiness, the same scourge to others among us? How can we think that treating somebody with the same wickedness that we suffer is gonna be of any benefit, or it's gonna make us better or any better than the people who are originally, of that mentality, that nature? How are we gonna, look any different? How are we gonna fare any better than these undesirables? Everald Warmington, you are a shit stain. Yeah. You are the worst example of any leader, any political leader ever existing in Jamaica. Yeah. You are right on par. You're right up there. You're gone above Shearer, who did said the GLP always find some type of people from among us, to come be representation of us, Rasta. The worst type to come be a representation of us. Hugh Shearer did say shoot first and ask question after, you know, Rasta. Yeah. To him, about him own people them. We see him when him a talk about. You understand me? Now, here, Everald Warmington come back now with an argument like this. After the other day, him ask if are the only place that in a Jamaica we don't have bridge. I can't remember the name of the place. Everybody, it's a popular article. It's a popular thing we are going in the media. So everybody is familiar with this thing. Yeah. You see it? You own a black people, them need a bridge over a year now. And you just push them, you just push the argument on the back shelf, on the back burner. PSOJ, this is where you spend your money. This is where you put your support. This is the evil that you enable upon yourself. You still got the power to do something about it. We need it to be more verbal, more active. You know, this disgraceful discrimination against a lot of your powerful members. You get me? Unless you are a part of an agenda to maintain GLP government, regardless what them do, you know, there is no consequence whatsoever. This is how it appears. How can such a high-level discrimination happen in a Jamaica? And the leader for the political party remains so quiet. You know, isn't this like consenting to such a behavior? Isn't this like validating such a narrative? Andrew Holness, your silence says a lot. Your silence is saying that Warmington have some dark secret about you. This guy has been disgracing the party forever and nowhere else in the world has anybody behaved in this manner in an official capacity and is still being allowed. Is still being allowed to practice. You understand me? Yes, this is unacceptable. You know, it's unacceptable. Say what you want to say, you know. Justify it however you want. Because you got some trolls. Yeah, the JLP have some serious heavy trolling a go on social media. Which is another, you know, inability of Mark Golden to catch up with these things. Because I am certain the JLP have some Twitter staff. Yeah. You know. And nobody in the party would have ever step up and express any level of disgust for these immoral actions and attitude, these unacceptable behavior today from the party members. You know, it's like they are Teflon. It's like they are, you know, some Teflon done, untouchables. You know, the PSOJ need to stand up for themselves and demand more. This is evident that poor people struggle against crime and violence. Now go nowhere. It a fall upon deaf ears. And it continue to be so. And the Andrew Holness administration cannot be moved. It's not perturbed or rattled by any disturbing behavior whatsoever from the members. You know, because if a powerful group like the PSOJ can be abused in this manner, because you said that about Mark Golding, you know, might as well tell the members of the PSOJ, them say, them can't enter in an active politics and become anything, you know, from you have a certain skin color. You can't reach nowhere in a Jamaica politics, probably under the GLP government. This seems like, say, these guys know something that we don't. These guys are above and beyond any form of constitutional law that exists in the Commonwealth. You know, I mean, the courts are there as well to pull these boys in front of a judicial review. Yet still, it's just random verbosity, expressing disgust and disdain, and just that's it. Leave them thing that to me. Leave that to I. You know, I will verbalize these things. You have got the power. You have got the platform. You have got the wealth to make the necessarily judicial or legal advancement. So that for say, and you know, that's Jamaica, you know, can at least benefit from, you know, a just politics. Rasta. You know, see it. Them things are indignified. Them things is not really, it's not something where, you know, acceptable or, you know, them things is not supposed to be I and I. And that's how we live. And that's how we behave, and our nature that. As a people, as a group. And we say out of many, we are one. You know, see, Mark Golding, you need to step to the plate and defend yourself and stop, sit back and watch I and I defend your dignity. Like, you some say, we are dealing, you know, passive. There is no, it's like, you know, a passion even for defend your own humanity, Rasta. Your own citizenry. You are as much a Jamaican as any of us. Need I tell you that? You have the right to legally and politically beat down any boy we are come up against you like that with them sort of argument there. You know? Come on. It's saying a lot, you know? And Jamaica politics today need more of a opposition, Rasta, to Wagwan. These things are not acceptable. And it's about time somebody do the right thing and say the right thing. You know, these attitudes and actions are not 21st century politics. Everald Warmington need to go into the dustbin. Everald Warmington is you need, something simple as this can get rid of Everald Warmington out of Jamaican politics, Rasta. It's not relevant. Attitude like them that's not relevant and acceptable to the Rasta. You know, see, yeah, you know, and that's my piece on the matter today. You know, we not let it go neither. Tomorrow we'll get this guy. The GLP government has stopped you with things to talk about anyway. And it makes us all seems like we are in favor of a particular political party where, you know, it's not so. Anyway, we'll leave it there, so. You know, see it. We give thanks. Rastafari.